Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Hope you guys are all having a great day today. And as the title of the video says, today we are going to be talking about the backstory of Mortal Kombat 2, according to the game. And I say according to the game because Midway released these tie-in comics for the earlier games that are supposed to tell the same story. They're supposed to expand on the story that the game's trying to tell. But for some reason, the Mortal Kombat 2 comic book and the Mortal Kombat 2 video game contradict each other pretty bad. They don't really work together. So instead of combining them into one video, I'm just gonna give them both their own videos. So this one is gonna be focused just on the information from the game itself. Now, this is part of a series though, so if you want to watch the first video in the series, I'm gonna post a link on the very top of the screen, somewhere up there that you can click on to watch it if you want to watch that one first. You're more than welcome to, or not, whatever, it's up to you. But I want to start this video out by talking about the characters. And altogether, though, there are 22 characters that actually show their faces in this game. 12 are playable, 5 are non-playable, and there are 5 others that make unacknowledged cameos. But since this video is about the backstory and not the gameplay itself, there are only 14 characters that we need to concern ourselves with. And they're all 12 of the playable characters and then 2 of the non-playable characters. So out of the 14 characters that matter, those 6 of them are returning from the previous games. And they're Johnny Cage, Liu Kang, Scorpion, Raiden, Shang Tsung, and Reptile. And since they're returning characters, I don't really see any need to explain anything about them right now. But the same cannot be said about the new characters. Um, we've got Baraka, who is a Tarkatan warlord and one of Shao Kahn's enforcers. We've got Jax, who is Sonya Blade's commanding officer. Katana, who, along with her twin sister, Melina, she's one of Shao Kahn's personal assassins and his stepdaughter. We have Kung Lao, who is a member of the White Lotus Society, and he's the last descendant of the great Kung Lao, who Goro had defeated to become the Grand Champion 500 years ago. And then we have Melina, who, along with Katana, she is one of Shao Kahn's stepdaughters and one of his personal assassins. Katana and Melina are twins. At this point, they're twins. They might not be in the future. Who knows, right? Sub-Zero. Yes, I put Sub-Zero on the list of new characters. I'm not going to explain why right now, but you'll find out in the next video why that is. But I'm not going to explain it right now. But so just for the sake of this, just pretend like he wasn't in the last video or in the last game or whatever. And then we have Kentaro, he is a Shokan like Goro, one of those big half dragon, half human, four-armed dudes. And after Goro was killed in the previous tournament, Kentaro was his replacement. And then we have Shao Kahn, who is the big bad. He is the Emperor of Outworld, and he's the bad guy. It's his desire to invade and take over Earth is the catalyst for everything that's happened up to this point in the series. So yeah. So now that we know who all is going to be in the story, let's talk about the actual backstory itself. So 500 years ago, as punishment for his crimes, Shao Kahn banished Shang Tsung to Earthrealm. Well, in order to redeem himself, he was ordered to unbalance the Furies and to create chaos, because doing so would weaken the barrier between the realms, allowing Shao Kahn and his army to pass through the dimensional gates to invade Earth. After being defeated by after being defeated by Liu Kang and Goro's death, Shang Tsung had to retreat back to Outworld. And Shao Kahn was pissed that he was defeated, and he was mad that Goro had been killed. So Shang Tsung was on the verge of being executed. He was facing death until he convinced Shao Kahn to spare his life, because he had a plan that would lure the Earthrealm warriors to Outworld, as well as allow them to get revenge on the Shaolin Temple, who Shang Tsung blamed for the death of Goro. Now, before Liu Kang had a chance to return to the temple after the tournament, Shang Tsung opened up a portal at the temple and unleashed a horde of Outworld warriors led by Baraka. So when Liu Kang returned finally as a champion, instead of there being a celebration, all that he had waiting for him was a destroyed temple littered with the bodies of his Shaolin brothers who had all been slaughtered during the battle with the Outworld forces. Along with another member of the White Lotus Society, Kung Lao, he decided to head to Outworld for revenge. And despite being in the middle of filming his next movie, Johnny Cage agreed to go with them as well. So, despite being killed by Scorpion in the previous tournament, somehow Sub-Zero mysteriously showed up at the Outworld tournament. And it was assumed that he was once again trying to complete his mission he had been hired to do, and that was to kill Shang Tsung. Eventually, though, when word of his return reached Scorpion grew curious, and he once again came back to Earthrealm to stalk Sub-Zero, and then eventually followed him to Outworld. So Sonya's fate after the last tournament was unknown until somehow she managed to send a distress signal, which had been received by her commanding officer Jax. And then after getting this distress signal, this prompted him to embark on a rescue mission that would eventually lead him to Outworld, where he believed that Sonya was alive, but being held captive. And then we have Katana and Melina. They are both twin sisters, and they're both Shao Kahn's stepdaughters, and they're both Shao Kahn's personal assassins. However, when Katana is spotted talking to one of the Earthrealm warriors, both Shao Kahn and Melina begin to question her motives and to doubt her loyalty to Shao Kahn and to the realm. So Shao Kahn orders Melina to keep an eye on her, and then if Katana does anything that looks like she's trying to betray Khan or the realm, it's up to Melina to stop her at any cost. And to be honest, that's really all we have for this video. There's not much more to say. And that's going to be like this for the earlier games because it's back in the 90s, it was so hard for publishers to tell a story in a game due to so many technical limitations. So until we get to, I want to say Deadly Alliance or Deception, these videos are all going to be really short like this one is. And they're not going to be very detailed, but it is what it is. Anyways, though, if you liked the video, hit like. If you liked it even enough to make it this far, hit subscribe. That way you know whenever we get new videos dropped. And yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys next time.